Assalamu alaikum, everyone. So this video is kind of different. It's not about one of my students winning in digital marketing, although it is the same industry, but this is something called remote closing. Just a brief explanation to not confuse anyone. I do teach Muslims on how to actually start a halal business, and that halal business is a halal digital marketing agency. Now, in this case, you're about to see a video where this brother, Fahim, he came to me, because he knew that I had experience in this industry, not just digital marketing. And I'm not someone that got lucky with the system and I'm now teaching something that I'm not doing myself. I really, really have been around the industry. I know the digital marketing industry inside out. So I'm able to branch out, not just with digital marketing, I can do other things as well because I'm in the biggest masterminds in this industry. So I know all those people teaching Amazon FBA or trading or Airbnb and all that stuff out there. And wallahi, brothers and sisters, again, Allah knows best. From my knowledge, or with all the 40,000 plus that I've spent on courses, mentors, and programs, this industry, like these specific aspects, if you do it right with the right guidance, it is halal. It's easy to set up. It's very, very simple for Muslim brothers and sisters to do. So I'm just here to allow people to kind of skip the stress, wasting money or time that I personally had to when I was, just searching up on Google how to make money online or seeing the million different ads that you see nowadays on Instagram or Facebook or even YouTube. But anyway, getting to the point, just to not confuse people, this testimonial or case study that you're about to see, it will be not for digital marketing, how to start your own business, but because as a request, Fahim mentioned to me that he wanted to get into a remote closing role. Now, remote closing is basically when you are placed into another digital marketing company who's already established, they're doing multiple 6 to 7 figures, but they just need, because they don't have time to go out and speak to individual people who are interested in starting. So essentially what you do is you get to understand a person on the call. Hey, what makes you want to do this? Like, where are you right now? What is the thing that you're trying to get out of working with us? And if you feel like the gap that you can bridge it from where they are to where they'd like to get to, you offer them, hey, I can offer you digital marketing. But again, in the case that I teach, I give you the whole process A to Z. So you're the business owner and you're basically getting other people to close for you. So you have a remote closer for you, the business that I'm teaching, digital marketing. But Fahim requested, I want to be a remote closer myself, where if you're in an established business, you can make anywhere from 5 to 10K a month. Now, the best thing about remote closing is that, you can work from home, which Fahim wanted. Second, it's easy and simple. There's no hard selling. I'm very, very against hard selling. There's no selling. You think about it yourself. People are social creatures. If you're like, hey, buy this, I'm going to convince you, please do this, you wouldn't want to do it. Like there's a way to doing things. You understand the humans, see where they like to get to. And if you feel like you can help them, you offer them the program using, certain systems. Third thing is remote closing is very highly paid. As I mentioned, 5 to 10K a month. And all you have to do is go on, your Google Meet or Zoom. There will be calls already booked in for you. All you have to do is just follow the structure, get to know that person. If they meet the requirements, you offer them the work. But anyway, fourth one is you can easily get time and financial freedom. There's no really upfront effort when it comes to getting into remote closing. That's one of the reasons a lot of people prefer it as well. Trust me, I've done it for a while. Like my last remote closing role, I was doing it alongside running my own businesses, because literally the whole month it took me 24 hours and then it made 12K. So I was making 10 to 12K working 20 to 24 hours in the whole month. How game changing can it be for you if you were making that sort of money with no stress of delivery and all that stuff? But anyway, getting to the point, it's halal and no previous experience required or no sort of set skills required. So that's the reason why Fahim, he just wanted to do this first and then go on to starting his own business. But again, I'm stressing, do not get confused. Definitely you can start your own digital marketing agency without having to be in a remote closing role. Just really, really stressing this. I don't want questions of people asking me, hey, why did he do this? It's just his personal preference. He asked me as another Muslim brother, so I helped him out and got him into a role. So instead of me in the program teaching him how to start a business, I taught him how to remote close and helped him get a role. That is it. There's nothing more to it. Now, excuse the video pausing at the start. You will see my video just pauses for some reason. I don't know, it's never happened before, but please excuse the video pausing. I don't know why Google Meet just decided to do this, but anyway, please enjoy the case study, and if you'd like to work with me or at least have a completely free one-on-one, there'll be a link in the description. The first one, book in a free consultation with me, and as your Muslim brother, I'll see if this is the right thing for you, and if it's not, inshallah, I'll guide you in a better place. But make sure to watch all the videos, do istikhara, do any due diligence that you'd like to do, and inshallah, please make sure to book in a call if you're actually interested in starting a halal business. I really know everything there is to know about this industry, because I'm always investing into masterminds and getting to know the whole industry inside out. So I really I'm pretty confident in what I do. Mainly I help people start a halal digital marketing agency, but again, this was an exception. Please make sure to really watch the video and understand where Fahim was coming from. He quit his 9-to-5 role in a degree apprenticeship, and quit that, and he really went full in on this, and then really changed his life, which he'll discuss. So I'll see you there. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Just wanted to record this video with one of our successful clients. Now I won't go too much into detail who he is, what he does, or what he did before jumping onto the program. I'll let him do that. But Fahim, are you 19 or 20 now?
I just turned 20.
Just turned 20, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, just recently.
20-year-old, mashallah, you're doing incredible work. And the best thing about him is that he was in a degree apprenticeship. Now, people who live in the UK know how difficult it is to actually get into degree apprenticeships. And you have to be clever, and you have to do examinations and all that stuff. And mashallah, he left his degree apprenticeship just to take a chance on himself, had that confidence, and I'll let him take over. So Fahim, like, where are you from, your age, like what were you doing before? Just let's talk about that first.
Okay, yeah, quick background on myself. Came out of sixth form, was uncertain on what I wanted to do, and for me, results, they didn't go really too well. So I ended up going to a university that I didn't want to go to.
Mm-hmm.
The experience was not ideal for me, and like just paying towards a student loan was not ideal as well, being Muslim, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So then I left that, which was like a very high risk, and then I joined the degree apprenticeship.
Got it.
Because I was thinking of, I want money now. But coming to look at it, and when I joined the degree apprenticeship, the system of being in a corporate environment for the next 20, 30, 40 years of my life was just not it.
Yeah.
And then being in a framework where I have to study in my free time and do a 9-to-5, it wasn't ideal.
Must be terrible.
It was terrible. I mean, some degree apprenticeships are good, but the one that I was doing was specifically accounting, which is 5 years, and they don't give you a day to study. Normally, degree apprenticeships they do, so like it could work for some people, but I noticed that you can gain high income skills and develop them, and then make money online.
Yeah.
And I looked into this, and I searched for places within marketing, FBA, trading, and I kind of shortlisted like this whole marketing realm and sales, because I knew that I was comfortable with interacting with people, new people, resonating with them, creating new interactions, and just starting conversations with people in different backgrounds.
So you're a people's person.
Yeah. So yeah, basically. So I looked into the sales space, and I know that I wanted to go full throttle into it.
Yeah.
And I took all the risks, and alhamdulillah, I'm on the journey of it paying off.
Yeah, no, absolutely, brother. Like, we won't go into specifics. Of course, the program that I teach to Muslim brothers and sisters is starting a digital marketing agency. But of course, when we discuss things, that wasn't particularly the side that you wanted to go to. Of course, what you're doing right now is within that space, but not exactly starting an agency. We won't go into details because then that will confuse people and I'll get a bunch of questions. So you are still within that digital marketing niche. Of course, you have landed a role and you just closed your first deal as well.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
So mashallah, you've done that. I trained you on the the process. You have all the knowledge now, inshallah, a very good future ahead of you. You have everything set. Now, people talk about that time and financial freedom. Would you actually say you have that at this point?
Definitely, I'd say like the time and location freedom. Definitely.
Yeah.
I always want to improve the money freedom, of course. It's always
of course, yeah.
level
you can always scale. Yeah, you can always
100% I have the time and location freedom. All I need is my mic, my laptop, and then I can work from wherever I want. And having whoever you work for, or if you do something for yourself, you have a set schedule, and it's not like you're going to work. Like for me, working in a corporate environment, the worst thing was taking the train journey and taking a bus to work, which took out 2 hours of my time. Being able to work online is literally, it's a privilege and
blessing.
It's a blessing, yeah.
Especially at the time of recording, it's Ramadan, and I'm sure you got to pray every prayer on time, and you'll be with family when you do break the fast. So it truly is a blessing. Like these things, every Muslim should actually strive to do that. Now, what I want you to do is kind of relate to people similar ages to yourself, 18 to like around 25 even. Like, what would you say to them? Like mindset advice. Like they're just stuck. They've just done the typical thing, gone to uni, got a job. They're progressing well in their career, but just not happy or just not fully content. Like, what advice would you give? Just direct mindset advice.
I'll just give advice from what I've been through. So on my journey, I'll say a couple of things actually. Don't always listen to people who, if you aspire to be somewhere, don't necessarily take advice from people who are not there.
Yeah.
Because they have their own experiences of what didn't work and what worked, and they might have a bias. So like someone might say, oh yes, become an engineer, or like this, do this, or become an accountant, but it works for them, and everybody has their own experiences and what works for them.
Yeah.
Second thing I would say is definitely try to establish yourself with a high income skill. And when you find something high income, focus on it. Don't try to do this and do that. Pick one thing and stick to that and focus on that. Once you level up within that, then you can diversify yourself, because too much noise will be a distraction. Because inaction is worse than taking action and failing and learning.
Yeah, absolutely. And coming to that point, inaction leads to nothing, and taking action, failing and learning is much, much better. Now let's come to the part where everyone's afraid. Okay, selling something online, course, program, they're all scams. So first of all, just a direct question for him: am I a scammer? Will I take people's money and run away?
For me, I see it as in, do you know how hard it is, or how much more risky it is to even try to attempt to scam someone? There's so many burdens that come with it, and it will bite you back.
Yeah.
Wallahi, it will bite you back. So when it comes to me, it's not really a risk for me investing into myself, because I've been around individuals who've told me, oh, I had this as a mentor, I had this guy as a mentor. Investing this 1% for a return of 100% is a no-brainer for me. So I keep on looking up to people who are in a position where I want to be, and I invest myself, whether it's non-financial and financial.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And on that point, like, what do you think when people say, oh, I don't need to invest into anything, I don't need a mentor, I can just watch YouTube videos and do it myself? I personally find it ridiculous, but what do you think about it?
Yeah, I've got my opinion on that is that, of course, you can do whatever your free research, whatever. But having someone there to help you implement processes is a very, very big factor.
Mm.
First of all, if you're just doing your research online, once again, it's too much noise. You
Yeah.
don't know who to trust or who's going to help you. Second of all, if you actually have someone there to guide you, there's personalization involved. They can directly help you with what systems you need implementing and what kind of, like, for example, market you need to target.
Exactly.
It's things like that. Having a direct consultation is very, very valuable.
Mm. Yeah, absolutely. Like, you wanted to get into a specific role, and I just sent you the training, and you use the training, the verbiage that I used to get the role, and then you literally close the first deal. That's exactly getting the proven hypotheses. Of course, you could have done it by yourself. My first close that I ever got, or my first deal close, was after 55 calls. 55, that's no exaggeration, because I didn't have the proven framework. But I kept going.
That goes to show that, like, when you're looking up to someone, or like you want to be in their position, they've done the trial and error, they've done the mistakes, and they've built up the system so you don't have to, basically.
Exactly.
So of course you're gonna have challenges. You have to think on your feet and do some stuff, but they implement efficiencies within your frameworks, so you don't need to go through such a big hurdle.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Getting the proven hypotheses. Like, what happens is, like, a lot of people try and attempt doing these things themselves. They fail a couple of times, and then they give it this image: oh, business or online business doesn't work. So, like, why do that? Just skip the wasting time, stress, or money, and just get a mentor. And that's exactly what I'm trying to be for people. Like, because and this is no exaggeration, at this point, I've spent more than 40,000 on courses, mentors, and programs. Like, I literally invested into a 25,000 mastermind a couple of months ago, like 2 months ago. So I really understand what is going on in the industry, all sorts of business models, and I really have kind of packaged this up into something for Muslims that's easy to do, something that you don't have to put too much time towards. But what last advice would you like to give for him? Like, for people who think this is a scam and they won't get what they want, like, what advice would you give?
I'd say, worst case scenario, you lose your money. But what's worse than losing money? It's losing your time. The fear, the pain of regret is far worse than taking action, failing, and learning. And you don't want to be at a point in your life where you regret taking action and you're thinking about what you could have done and what you could have been.
Absolutely. Remorse is the worst thing ever. Like, my worst remorse.
It's horrible.
Imagine going through all of your life knowing that, people in the world, like, some 34-year-olds maybe that are watching, these 20-year-olds are making tons and tons of money, like 10 times more than them, absolutely doing nothing while they're in their 9-to-5 jobs. Of course, there's nothing wrong with that, but if you are upset with where you are in life, come on, like, keep the authentic hadith in mind. Like, you have to tie the camel, then rely on Allah. As in, do whatever you possibly can, then rely on Allah. But again, I won't make this too long. Guys, you have two options. Like, every time I say this at the end of each video, do istikhara, watch my videos. Like, it's undeniable proof that, come on, guys, like, watch the group calls, watch the different testimonials, that it's undeniable that this stuff works. And it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, the thing that I'm teaching. So of course it works. So do istikhara, watch all my videos, make sure to book in a call. It's the first link in the description. But if not, make sure to take some sort of action. If not me, just someone else. But I really appreciate you giving your honest feedback for him. Inshallah, who knows? They might even see you on a call someday. We might work together. But we'll end all this though. Anything else that you want to say for him?
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
All right. Cool, brother. So inshallah, guys, I'll see you soon. Make sure to book in a call, do istikhara, and watch my videos. Assalamu alaikum.